Hello everyone, my name is Isha Chaudhary and we are continuing with our topic of demand and supply analysis of economics for CFA Level 1. In my previous video, I have talked about a demand function which is QDA, matlab quantity demanded for product A is equals to 1000 minus 20 PA. I can plot this on a graph and say that this is my demand curve. This is my demand curve, wherein I'm saying that 50 is the maximum price that I can get for my quantity, I can get for my product A, and 1000 is the maximum quantities that I can sell, basically, that there will be a demand of, and this is a 0. So let's say I fixed my price at 30. I fixed my price at 30. At this 30 price, the quantity demanded will be how much? The price 30. When I'm fixing this price 30, my quantity demanded will be 400. But my demand function will be same. My demand function will not change. This is my demand function in here because I have taken all other factors like income of a consumer, the prices of complementary goods, the price of substitute goods, everything, change in technology, everything as constant. I'm just saying that the quantity demanded for my product is only and only, as of now, assuming, is only dependent on the price of my product. And when I'm fixing my price at 30, my quantity demanded is 400 units. I can say that when I'm fixing my price at 40, my quantity demanded will fall to 200. But I'm moving along this graph only. I'm not going outside this graph. I'm not saying that I have another graph, another function altogether. I'm moving along this graph. Why? Because when the price of your commodity changes the quantity demanded for your commodity, we call that as a change in quantity demanded. We call that as change in quantity demanded. We don't call it change in demand. We don't call that as a change in demand. It is only change in quantity demanded. Because in here my graph is same. I'm just moving along my graph. Sometimes I'm here selling 200 quantities at a price 40. Sometimes I'm here selling 400 units at a price 30. Sometimes I'm here, sometimes I'm here. So I'm just moving along this graph because I have taken all other factors as constant. Now let's just try to incorporate other factors in my demand. This was my original demand function, 1000 minus 20 PA. Now let's just incorporate other factors. This was my original demand function. Let's incorporate a factor, and let's say it is minus 5 PB. Now the sign minus here means that with increase in price of product B, the quantity demanded for product A will decrease, because here's a minus sign here. And this happens only when the goods are complementary. Because in complementary goods, when the price of your complementary good increase, your product, the quantity demanded for your product will decrease. Now let's just assume that price of product B is, let's say, 10. So I can say that QDA is equals to 1000 minus 20 PA is minus 5 into 10, 50. I got an altogether different demand function, 950 minus 20 PA. If I'm plotting this on this graph, this was my original demand function, which was QD is equals to 1000 minus 20 PA. Now, because this is the quantity demanded has decreased, this is my new demand function. The quantity were here 1000. Maximum quantities that you can demand, that there will be demand of for your product will be 1000. This was 1000. This is 950. I shifted my demand curve. This was my previous demand curve. This is my current demand curve. This is called change in demand. This is called change in demand. My demand changed from 1000 units, which was the maximum demand for my product, has now changed to maximum 950. Now there will be 950 quantities that maximum anybody could demand, and that too at a price of 0. This is called change in demand. Now let's try to incorporate other factors that CFA book talks about. CFA says, our syllabus says that there are 3 things that affect the quantity demanded for my product. The first factor is the price of my product. प्राइस ऑफ माई प्रोडक्ट, कि मेरे प्रोडक्ट के प्राइस के बढ़ने और घटने से मेरी क्वांटिटी डिमांडेड पे चेंज आएगा. सेकेंड थिंग इज द प्राइस ऑफ कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री एंड सब्सटीट्यूट्स. एंड लास्टली द इनकम ऑफ द कंज्यूमर, कि इनकम के बढ़ने से और घटने से मेरे प्रोडक्ट पे क्या फ़र्क आएगा. Now let's try to understand these all three things in terms of a demand function. So this was my original demand function. Quantity demanded for product A depends upon the price of product A. This was my original demand function. Now let's try to incorporate some other things. I can say that minus 5PB. Now because here is a minus sign, I can say that this product B is a complementary good. Now let's also say 10PC. Let's also say 10I. Now what I'm saying here is that this is the price of my product. This product B जिसके प्राइस के बढ़ने से मेरी क्वांटिटी डिमांडेड कम होंगी, दिस इज द कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री गुड्स. दिस प्रोडक्ट C इज़ नथिंग बट अ सब्सटीट्यूट, क्योंकि इसके प्राइस के बढ़ने से मेरी क्वांटिटी डिमांडेड बढ़ेंगी. एंड दिस इज़ इनकम, क्योंकि इनकम के बढ़ने से डेफिनेटली द डिमांड विल बी मोर द इनकम द मोर द डिमांड. दिस इज़ माई न्यू डिमांड फंक्शन, incorporating all the three factors that CFA book talks about. Now the reason why this law of demand holds good is because see, law of demand says that with increase in price, herein price being the cause, with increase in price the quantity demanded for your product will fall. It is so because of the concept called diminishing marginal utility. Let's try to understand this in terms of a graph. Let's say this is my demand curve. This is 50 rupees. That's the maximum price that you can get for your quantities, and 1000 is the maximum quantity that anybody could demand. So when you are at the first quantity, you are ready to pay this price. If not 50, then maybe 49 or 45, whatever, 49 let's say. In this first quantity you were ready to pay 49, but when I gave you the second quantity, you're not willing to pay 49. You said, I won't pay 49 for that, I'll pay let's say 48. With every increase in quantities, third quantity, fourth quantity, fifth quantity, as I increase my quantities, you'll tend to pay the less price, because with increase in quantities your utility for that quantity decreases, and hence your price. This is why the law of demand holds good. We will start with the cross elasticities in our next video. Thanks for watching the video. If you like the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe my channel. Thank you.